Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, that sucks. You didn't get to see me lay Jamal Murray's jersey to rest. Let me show you again. Oh, stupid fucking software. Stupid fucking All right, folks, here we are. Check. Back for the Little Nugget Show. We needed a little extra time to get over this one, didn't we? What a terrible, terrible loss to the Lakers. I'm going to refrain from my normal slurs. Though I have built a nice, quiet little hatred for the Lakers, it's not nearly as much as the OKC or the Timberwolves. We beat the Spurs, so not hating there too much either, but it's kind of hard when you're somebody's daddy for so long to play with your son and just absolutely own the little boy. Year after year, 15 straight, owning your little boy. But then the little boy grows up, and every now and then you want to play with your food and allow him to, I don't know, get a little confidence. You can't destroy him every time. And that's what happened tonight. Denver, LA's daddy, decided to come in and hand him one. Choke it out at the end, as they say. Austin Reeves made a shot. Luka made a shot. And that's what it came down to. Basically a coin flip game, in my opinion. Could have gone either way. And it's a good sign for Denver. And I'll tell you why. Probably in a minute. I mean, basically the fact that Murray had the worst game of his life. And Denver still had him. It wasn't like, I mean, the LA looks like shit. Not going to lie. Apparently they won 4 straight before this. Beat the Knicks, whatever. They actually look like they were playing some defense today, but they're terrible. We just beat them. They were nothing. Now all of a sudden they want to come and start playing defense? Whatever. Yeah, they got out to a little bit of lead. Up 17, I think. Denver finally tied it going into the 4th or 3rd. No, it would have been the end of the 3rd. Then Denver got up 8 points in the 4th and had to choke it out yet again. That's 6 games recently in like the last 5 weeks where Denver lost on the last second shot. Twice to OKC, this time to LA, the Clippers, the Knicks, and I think there was one other one. Now, you might think that's a bad sign, but what I think it points to is the fact that Denver's going to be able to be in it at the end against any team. Because they did beat San Antonio. They beat Houston. They beat a bunch of teams too. They beat LA. But unfortunately, this loss was huge because now LA has a tiebreaker, having won 2 out of 3 over Denver. It's crazy how they play 4. Some teams they play 2 times, sometimes they play 4, or sometimes they play 3. Whatever. Why wouldn't they play the Lakers 4 times? I mean, if you played every team twice, there's 29 other teams? That's 58 games. So that gives you 24 games to play 4 games each, which would be 12 in your conference. Because you usually play the Eastern Conference every team twice, once on the road, once at home. So if you do that in the East and the West, you're at 58 games. You got 24 left. And in those 24 would allow you to play 12 teams 4 times. So how many teams are on your Western Conference? Well, not 12, but 14. So maybe you play 2 or 3 teams 3 times and everybody else 4. I don't know. Be interesting to see. Speaking of interesting to see, we have the actual jersey. I went back over the jersey win rates. And yes, there is still the same indicator there. However, this game kind of came down to the first thing I noticed. I don't know when Murray put his T-shirt on, but he had a T-shirt on. And he doesn't wear a T-shirt. Last time he did, he wore an oversized long sleeve shirt, and he was sick. Obviously, Murray looked like shit tonight. And he's been having this, I don't know what you call that, gay ass. Oh, I can't say any slurs today. Is gay ass a slur? You know, that tape that you put, I don't know what it does. Never had that when I was playing. Never tried it. Can't imagine that it helps, especially when it's falling off during the game. Anyway, he had that on the last game. Played pretty good. He had it on this game. Made his first 3. And then missed everything after that. And put a T-shirt on. I'm like, what is wrong with Jamal? I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes, to be honest. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. If you look at Jamal Murray's interview after the San Antonio game, he says, there's a lot of stuff going on that you guys don't really know about, but it was nice to get this win and show that we have the strength to come back and resilience to win the game. So he just alluded to there's a lot going on. Jokic won't get a haircut to save his fucking life. He looks like he's insane already, if he's not already on a mental break. I don't think he could stand to lose to fucking Luka tonight. And to have Luka make that shot, to have Shea make that shot, to have Anthony Edwards make a shot, all these yeah, well, line them up, get them while they're hot. But my hope is that the team comes into form for the playoffs, and we may get stuck with the 4th seed, I would assume. Before I check the standings, what else did I put? Oh, yeah, I'm coining a new term. This type of basketball that Luka and Shea and who else does it? Just Luka and Shea stand out. The foul baiting, it's just, I can't fucking stand to watch Luka, the scaly whale. He looks like a beached whale out there. Like, yeah, I'm going to fat shame you. You're a fucking guard in the NBA. Get in shape. I mean, that's literally why they kicked you off the Mavericks, because you're a pompous, spoiled little brat that does whatever the fuck he wants in terms of eating, drinking, and partying. And can he make shots? Yeah, he can make shots. Cool. Did he make shots tonight? Yeah, he made shots. But he missed a lot of shots, too. And every now and then, people make shots. Murray made shots. Jokic has made shots. So I'm not holding him up on any sort of pedestal. But I especially can't stand him when he's foul baiting. Now, they didn't play into it tonight. And the refs are kind of getting sick of it. But what I'm going to call this going forward is UE basketball. Unethical basketball. UE doesn't really sound super catchy yet, and I'm open to suggestions. But the unethical basketball. And it kind of came to a head with Shea. I mean, it's always with Shea. Actually, it probably started with Wembanyama talking shit to OKC after San Antonio beat OKC. And I think Wemby said something like, I'm just happy that we're playing a pure, beautiful basketball, and it's, you know, we're not playing unethical basketball like other people that we just played. He threw a jab and an uppercut at Shea and OKC. And then, I don't know, maybe that's a month and a half ago. But since then, Denver's played OKC twice. And I can't fucking stand that shit. The same thing, I mean, it's like any offensive player that gets the ball can drive into a defensive player, hit him as hard as they fucking can, bounce off, throw a jacked up shot, and get a foul call. Like, what are we talking about here? Do we need to examine the rules so thoroughly that we can't see that somebody running in with their shoulder dropped, contacting somebody with the force? Like, let's just say this. There was a 3-point foul from, who was it? I honestly can't remember, but Luka shooting a 3, and it was Murray or Aaron Gordon or Tim Hardaway, somebody. Just barely ticked his hand or wrist underneath the 3. Like the tiniest little thing, like that. If we measured the force of that contact, hear me out. If we measure the force of the contact on that little tiny touch foul, it would be, I don't know, what do we categorize it at? 0.05 pounds per square inch. PSI, we'll say. Well, force in PSI. 0.5. So the Jaime Jaquez incident where he barrels into the lane, drops his shoulder into Spencer Jones, who steps back on Jokic's foot, and Jokic hurts his knee. Y'all remember that, right? When he drops his shoulder into Spencer Jones, that's got to be 2 times body weight. That's like 400 pounds of force. Boom. If you didn't know, when you punch a heavy bag with a stiff fist, you're hitting up to around 5 times body weight. That's the force on your hand. I know this because I'm learning and trying to teach sprinting and running, and that's the goal with your foot, is to use the earth as a punching bag and use your locked foot to bounce, to punch the heavy bag, so to speak, and you're creating 5 times force. So just for somebody to come in and drop their shoulder and just flatten something, just bounce into something, and everybody's doing it, it's like part of the game. Okay, guy gets the ball, defender stops him. Like, I think it should be, I don't know how to ref this. This is insane. Because you come in and barrel, and like Jokic just gets absolutely murdered. Hacked, murdered, bumped, grabbed, and they don't call shit. And then on the other end, it's a little touch foul. Like, this is getting so disgusting. So maybe we can start judging these fouls by force applied, because, 2 times body weight, 400, 500 pounds, boom. Shoulder, boom. Versus a 0.05 pounds. Oh my goodness. These rules have to change. These refs have to change. The unethical basketball is gone too far. Like, that's the frustrating part of Denver, is that they want to play good basketball. San Antonio wants to play good basketball. San Antonio is doing the same kind of shit, though. And like Chris Finch said it, the coach from Minnesota, when they played Shea, they're like, listen, the bottom line is those motherfuckers foul a lot. That's what they do. They foul a lot. They're fouling all the time. But you can't touch Shea. Okay, the Lakers aren't really super aggressive on defense. They kind of suck. So I'm not complaining about that. What I'm saying is that you barely touch Luka and he's going to get a foul. He jumps up and flails right in front of you. And literally, how many of these fouls can you go back through and look and see that in the slow motion, there's barely any touching, maybe a tiny little dink, 0.5 pounds, and he gets the foul. Moving on from that, unethical basketball, moving forward, we're going to talk about that a lot. I'm going to judge a team's performance based on foul baiting. I mean, I'm not saying Denver never does it either, but they don't want to do it. And Jokic, I think, has gotten a little bit better about not doing it. He's flailing and flopping, but he's not sweep through every time in the lane trying to get a foul. He knows that if he drives to the basket, he's going to get murdered, and half the time he scores. And zero of the time they call a foul. They'll call a foul every now and then outside the paint on him, maybe, but anyway, one thing I remember about this game that was pretty funny. Speaking of foul baiting, so Luka's notorious for, Luka and Shea, they can't get away from it. They'll run across the lane, take a little, drop the shoulder, bounce, fall away, throw up the craziest shot high off the glass, and it goes in. And they get the foul. They get the and one. I don't know how many fucking and ones he had tonight, but I can't stand that. Anyway, Aaron Gordon did the same thing to him. You know what? I should have pulled that up and filmed it. Yeah, Aaron Gordon did the same thing to him. To Luka, matter of fact. And I don't think they gave him the shot. They were calling the foul on the floor. But Aaron Gordon made the shot, and he got up and was just laughing and chirping at Luka, and Luka was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, you know, motherfucker. That's what you do, bitch. Yeah, I got time. I got time today. Maybe I'll find that. I did find some other stuff. I'll tell you one thing I found, and that is this little ditty. Let's see if this works. Okay, what you can see here on the screen is the very beginning of the game. Jamal Murray's got the ball up top, and they're going to move around a little. He's going to kind of work the ball a little. He's going to do a little step back three in Luka's face. Just dirty drain. Boom. And you'll notice this ref right here. Oh, actually, you can't see me. Let me switch here. Okay, so if I'm here, do you see that? How do you get that shit on the other? Yeah, you do see that. Okay, so here's Murray. Here's the ref. He stands there like he's thinking about vacationing in Italy while Jamal Murray shoots. It's his job to throw up a hand to say he's shooting from outside the three-point arc. But he doesn't, and guess what they do? Oh, yeah, he gets it back here. I zoom in a little bit. Little work. Fuck you, Luka. Watch me. Straight up. Bam. That ref's just standing there like nothing ever happened. Now, if we go to the spot where he shoots, you can see, actually, if I can get rid of that, he's considerably behind the line. Considerably behind the line. Am I wrong? Can you see that? Yeah. And they didn't give him the three. They ended up giving it to him later on. But I was in a dark place at the beginning of this game. I was in a dark place at several points in this game. I just can't understand how so many fucking people like the Lakers. Like, what? Just Kobe, Shaq? I mean, I can understand maybe Kareem and Magic back then. I probably would have gone with the Lakers over the Celtics. But how can you stand the Lakers? Like, LA is everything that's wrong with the reality. It's literally like the devil's anus. It's like the nastiest shit is all happening there under the most perfect weather and not bad landscape, but just the most evil people in the world live in Hollywood. It's either DC or Hollywood, or wherever these freaking lizard people live. But you got all these child molesting Satanists that work in Hollywood out there, allegedly. And LA, and they're out there, you know, sitting around the front row with their $10,000 seats, and just can't stand these Laker fans. Actually, who was it that I couldn't stand no more? I think it was OKC fans. But Lakers, all this just dick riding with the Lakers. From ESPN, at least Legs and these commentators, Legler and I forget the other guys, are pretty decent about keeping it balanced. But everybody else, it's just all about the Lakers. They're like 5-1. Why? Because the market's bigger? Because there's 20 million people in LA? That should be a sign. Anybody that moves to a place with 20 million people is retarded. You know, Denver's got 2 million, and that's too many. That's crazy. Anyway, moving on. What else did I pull up? Oh, I have a knack in this game, in this basketball game. Whenever the Nuggets start playing a team, for some reason, I spot the one thorn in the side that is going to drive me nuts. That is going to drive the Lakers. Oh no, the Nuggets nuts during the game. I don't know how many times I do it, but I see it. It's like, I'll start for tonight, Marcus Smart. He was already pissing me off. He made 2 threes. And the way he was playing defense was pissing me off on Jokic. And I was like, this motherfucker's going to be a problem. And I think he ended up hitting 6 threes or something. But on his 3rd three, he does this little jive. That's not it. Okay, here we go. So what you see is Marcus Smart and is going to be guarded by Tim Hardaway Jr. And watch what he does after the 3. As you can see, where is he? Why don't I see him? Am I blind here? Is that him down there? Yeah, 36 it might be. So Hardaway's on him. Hardaway's a shit talker, not going to lie. Hardaway and Bruce Brown are talking incessantly nonstop shit. And I like that. I hope we get Hardaway next year. Because he wants to play one more year, apparently. Anyway, I think this is Smart over here, and that's Hardaway. And watch what happens. Yeah, there he is. So he's just standing there with his thumb up his butt, sliding over. Ah, here we go. Boom. Hardaway with the little contest, and then he points the gun at the back of Hardaway. You kidding me? Tell me that's not at Hardaway. Tell me that's not at Hardaway. I didn't think you could do that. You can't do the. So what makes you think you can do that? Like you're shooting somebody. Anyway, once he did that, I knew it was he was going to be the thorn. And he was the thorn. He was definitely the thorn, in my opinion. There was a lot of good games from a lot of people tonight, not going to lie. Cam Johnson, he came through big. What do we got for stats? Cam had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, and 5 fouls. Good. He was a plus-minus 15. Yeah, Cam had a good game. Aaron Gordon had a good game. Aaron Gordon was a -3. That's weird. 27 points, 5 and 2. Jokic had a triple-double, believe it or not, as a +6. 24, 16, and 14. And Luka Doncic, the NBA's leading scorer. How did Austin Reeves have 32 points? God, here's the thing. If he's not an opposing team, I like Austin Reeves. I would like him. I can't fucking stand him at the moment. Or anyone with a yellow jersey. But, I mean, he's a really good golfer. He's from Arkansas. He's a redneck hillbilly. And, you know, you kind of got to like his game to some degree. Or appreciate or respect it to some degree. But I can't stand anybody on the opposing team, much less people that are throwing daggers in your heart. And he did that at the end of regulation. We'll get into that in a second. But Luka had what? What did Luka have? 30 points and a triple-double with 11 boards, 0 offensive, because God knows he never shoots inside the three-point line, and he's never inside the three-point line unless he's getting fouled, so there's not going to be a rebound. But somehow that scaly whale had 13 assists. Marcus Smart, I'm telling you, he was the X factor. 21 points, 5 of 12. He only made 5. I thought he made 6 of 12. And I think if I remember, he made a pretty big one at the end of the game. But what it came down to was Denver was up by, I think they were showing some highlights. Where did they? Fuck you, Luka. You beach scaly whale. What I'm thinking for the Denver Nuggets is that as they get back to form, because they're slowly coming back to form, Jamal's been lights out all year and carrying the team for sure. Tonight he had a bad game and something's going on. There's shit going on behind the scenes. He's either sick. I don't know what the deal with that T-shirt is. His shoulder hurts. Hopefully they get a 3-day rest here. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know what they call that. A 2-day rest. Before their next game at home. And if you look at the schedule at home. Oh. Did I not even fucking switch that? Oh my God, I never did. Dude, I hate this software. Can somebody recommend better software that's easier to share screens and move shit around? It's fucking annoying. Did I not just share it? All right, there's the screen. And now I have to go back to it to do anything with it. All right. So on Tuesday, Denver's got Philadelphia at home, and then they got 2 more home games after a road game. So between the 22nd and what we've noticed was we got one more back-to-back. Where is it? Oh, my God. What the fuck happened there? Are you fucking serious? Like, what happened? No, this is what we want. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Just trying to zoom in, that's all. So we're going from the 17-18. That's the back-to-back. That's the fucking back-to-back. Because then we don't have another one, I believe. 22, 20, 24, 25. Oh, there's another one. Why not? Why not just do one more? 27, 29. Did we go through this last time? See, the 29th is... How many days are in March? January, February, March. 31. So there's definitely not a back-to-back, not a back-to-back, not a back-to-back, not a back-to-back, not a back. So 2 more. 1. Did we just do 2 back-to-backs? Like, what the fuck? And the 24th, 25th. Okay, and they're both travel. Home and away back-to-backs. Like, what the fuck? Are they literally out to just destroy Denver with their schedule? Anyway, so we're going home and then to Memphis. And then 1 day off at home against the Raptors, at home against the Trailblazers. So this is going to be the beginning of the biggest opportunity for Denver to round into form. They took care of the 76ers minus 7 people. So this is going to be a different game. The Sixers are a decent team, I think. I can show you their. Where are the Sixers? Oh wow, they're way down at 9. Okay, maybe they're not that decent. They're 5-5 in the last 10. They won 1. I think Denver's 5-5 too, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 5-5 and lost 1. And they're at 6 now. Oh my God, look at Denver, dropped all the way to 6th. Wow, 2 losses behind the Lakers. Yeah, that's big. They had to have this game. They had to have this game tonight. Fuck. God, that would be so fucking different. 42-26. They would have been 41-26, and we would have been literally in 3rd. I think. What's 42-26? I'll figure it out here. Because it all comes down to that win percentage. Which, if you add them together, 42 divided by 68. 617. 618. What? 42-26 is 618? Okay. So the Rockets would still be ahead of them, but then the Lakers would have been 41-26. So they would have been behind. So Denver would have been in the 4th spot. Rockets would have been in 3rd, and LA would have dropped to 6th. Or no, wait, they would be tied with Timberwolves at 5th and 6th. It's tight there. That's tight as fuck right there. Tight as fuck. So it seems like OKC and San Antonio have the 1 and 2 locked up. Who will come out with the 1? Most likely OKC. San Antonio might cruise to the end, which is good news for Denver because we only have two more games with San Antonio and 1 more with the fucking Thunder. So hopefully they don't give a shit and we can just win those. And every win we get, we need to get into the 2 or 3. The 2 or 3. If we get stuck in 4 or 5, actually 6 isn't bad. To be honest, 6 isn't bad. But I think we have a chance right now to go on a run. These last 7 games, the last 6, I should say. Tomorrow's the 7th. The death 2 weeks that I was predicting they would go 0-7. I think they ended up going 3-3. And then Tuesday against Philadelphia would be the 7th game. And then they get easier. So I predicted 3 losses in the remaining games. And how many games would there be left? 68. So 2-70, 2-14. So 3-11. So 3 losses. So that would bring out to 29 and 52. Yeah. 53. 53 and 29. I think Denver's going to be right around that 30 loss mark. But, I mean, that could be freaking 7th place. That could be 6th or 7th. Not going to lie. The thing about the Lakers is they're 8-2 in their last 10, and they won 5 straight. And they play like shit. How do you make sense of that? 6-4 Rockets, we dominated them. 8-2 Spurs, beat them. 9-1 OKC, right there at the wire with them. Both times. I don't know. Denver's just getting unlucky this year. Unlucky in every aspect from wherever I look. Whether it's the refs. I'm sure every team says this to some degree, but I'll make a case against anyone. The schedule is ridiculous for Denver. Like, I don't know if other teams have to do this shit, but from what I've seen, I mean, we could build a case that really thoroughly examines the schedule bias. But there's a huge schedule bias against Denver. I mean, there's been so many examples of, oh, not only are we playing on a one-day rest, but we got off the plane at 2 a.m. and now the next day, the day after the next, we're playing at 1:30 p.m. Just ridiculous schedule moves like that. And the refs are just dog shit. And that's pretty tangible. Like Timberwolves, it's funny to hear Finch, the coach from Timberwolves, be like, OKC fouls. That's just what they do. They foul a lot. Like, yeah, you do too, motherfucker. You guys started it. We call it molestation defense. I think the Timberwolves started it. The Thunder perfected it last year. Other teams are catching on. They're like, hey, if we just play super aggressive molestation defense, leg fucking butt humping defense, waist grabbing, leg fucking butt humping defense, then the refs can't call the fouls and we're going to get away with everything. And then if the other team's not doing it, the second they touch us, it's a foul. That's such bullshit. Do I trust this over here in this play-in position, blue marks? Clinch play-in means they're going to be in the top 10. Oh, because the 11th is 28.5 games back. But if Thunder's 20 games ahead of 10th, and there's 14 games left, okay. There's 14 games left. Is that what we decided? So the difference between the Nuggets and the 10th place Trailblazers is 8.5 games. And there's 14 games left. Oh, I'm starting to see it. So if Denver lost every game and Portland won every game, Denver would go to 10th, but would they go to 11th? So that's where you got to look. Because the Grizzlies are, more than 14 games back. So that's the thing. 27. Ah, look at that. The Suns are 13. They're 7 games. Or no, wait. Motherfucker. 28.5 minus 13. Is 15.5 games ahead of the Grizzlies. And they have, the reason why they haven't clinched is because I think they have 16 games left. So they could lose every single game and not get in. If the Grizzlies win every single game. Because they have 66 games and they have 67. How does Denver have 68? Okay. Whatever. Just the thoughts that go through my head. What else happened today in the NBA? Should I even give a shit? The Celtics won. The Hawks won. Who cares? Sixers won. Cool. They can ride that high of beating the Nets on the way to Denver to get handed an L from the Peyton Watson stacked Denver Nuggets. Hopefully Peyton's back. Jamal's healthy. Everyone's rounding into form. Then they use these next 10 to 15 games to get flowing. And then we get in a setup where we can take on anyone, anytime, anywhere. We've done better on the road, so I don't even care if we're in 6th spot. If we're in the 6th spot, we're going to play number 3. Who's 3? Lakers. Give me the fucking Lakers all day long. All day long. Lakers first round 6-3. Boom. I'm okay with that. Because then we're getting the 2-7 winner, right? And that could easily be San Antonio, and I think we can handle San Antonio. The Clippers are probably going to make it to... No, they're not. 5 games. Let's see. What do they play into? 10 plays 9. 7 plays 8. Okay, so the Clippers could, in essence, get to the 7th spot by winning a game, even though they're 5 games back. That's crazy. What's this play on nonsense? That's crazy, because if it's a 7 and 8 play, 9 and 10 play, the winner is the 7th seed of the 7 and 8. The loser has to play the winner of the 9 and 10 for the 8th. So if you lose, you're out. And the Clippers, so the Suns could lose, and be out. And the Warriors or Trailblazers would be in 8th. And the Clippers would be in 7th. But let's just say things hold as they are. The Spurs will play the Suns. I think the Spurs can handle the Suns in a first-round home field advantage matchup. So it would be Denver and the Lakers in, I don't know, about 6 games maybe. Maybe 6. Maybe the Lakers win 2. You never know. But then Denver's going to take down the Spurs because they have to. They're going to be firing on all cylinders. And then they're going to get the rematch over the Thunder. Because Thunder's going to be playing the Timberwolves, the winner of the Timberwolves and Rockets, as it stands. And I think the Timberwolves can beat up on the Thunder. I think they can beat them down. And they might take them 7 games. And hell, they might even beat them. Didn't Denver, the OKC Thunder, like 2 years ago, went out in the first round, didn't they? Or second round? As the 1 seed? So we still have a chance. We still have a puncher's chance, as they say. Let's see what else I wrote here. Anything. Austin Reeves. Oh, that fucking free throw at the end. Like, what the hell? I know I can't share this, but let's see if I can find it. Aaron Gordon, just the biggest shots. Aaron Gordon made some huge threes tonight. So where's this last second? Oh, wait, that's an OT. Okay, OT was 118. Here we go. Let me see if I can turn the volume off and play this without getting in trouble. And we're going to watch Austin Reeves take his last free throw attempt where he's purposely going to try and miss to get the rebound to make a 2-point shot to tie the game. And he does. And I'm thinking, as I watch this, I'm thinking, why isn't there 4? Dude, why are we changing? Why isn't there 4 Denver Nuggets lined up on the free throw line? My God. Okay, you can see here. 5.2 seconds. They fouled Austin Reeves in the corner. Ironically, I don't even think he got fouled. But they assumed he was going to foul. And Spencer Jones literally stripped the ball out of his hand. But that's a different story. So you got fucking Murray over here making out with Marcus Smart at the top of the key. Why? You got 3 guys here. Maybe that's why they're thinking. But you got 3 guys, including the free throw shooter. Let's see. I need to switch over to this show. So you got Luka and whatever his name is, Ayton and Reeves. And then you got Aaron Gordon, Jokic, and Spencer. And you have the space for a 4th right here on the left. So it's easy. He's just going to slide Jokic out. Oh, my God. This freaking... I hate DirecTV. I hate DirecTV's app. It is terrible. So Ayton's job is to just push Jokic to the baseline. push him under the basket. And Reeves' job, since there's nobody on the left side, is going to be to bounce it off front left rim and then run up and get the rebound. Let's also see if he crosses the line, because I know they never freaking call this, but the rule says your lower body is not allowed to cross the plane of the free throw line until the ball reaches the rim. Now, when you throw it hard at the rim, that's usually decent, but let's see how it works out. Oh my God, this, of course it's going to be. And that's what happened when I was watching it. This is literally the feed from DirecTV. Happens all during the game, how it shorts out like that. And it happened. Yeah, it frizzed out. Right when he shot it, frizzed out. And I was like, oh shit, he made it. 1.9. Come on, Murray. Oh, if he makes that, how dirty would that have been? Fuck you, Austin Reeves. You're not him. You're not him. Let's see if we can watch it without it freaking out. I don't think it will not freak out. Oh my God. Just straight left. Exactly what. Watch Aiden push Jokic under. Fucking bullshit work. We're about to crush my. Oh my God, now we went too far. So why does Denver not have 4 people in the free throw? If Murray's down here, he's getting that rebound. If he's in that spot, boom, it literally went right to that spot where Murray would have been. What the fuck, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? David Adelman, what are you doing? Denver Nuggets, what are you doing? How do you not have 4 people down there knowing that he's intentionally going to miss it? I was so fucking pissed at that time. And then the TV shorts out like it did. You saw it over and over again. That's literally DirecTV. That's what they do. They just suck a big fat one in their app. Their streaming is terrible. So I'm pretty pissed because I didn't even get to see it. And I knew the motherfucker made it. And I was like, why isn't there 4 people there? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Call DA. Like, hopefully they ask him in the postgame. Hey, DA, what the fuck were you thinking when Austin Reeves was literally going to miss on purpose and you only have 3 guys down rebounding? What the fuck does it matter if you... Like, you should have 4 guys in there, and the 5th guy should be on the 3-point line blocking out the shooter. He should literally be coming from the side and flattening Austin Reeves. Not really getting a foul because you don't want him to shoot free throws, but you got to get that fucking rebound. Because if you get the fucking rebound, you win the game. God, there's just too many mistakes like this. Too many mistakes like this. I don't know if you blame it on the coach or the players or what, but they're not in sync. They're not in sync. I wish I could walk into that locker room and be like, listen, guys, what the fuck is going on? Like, you got all the talent in the world. You got the pieces in place. Everybody's getting healthy. Aaron Gordon's a fucking G. Jokic is the best player on earth. Jamal Star is Jamal NBA. And all your other pieces, No Dip Assassin, Tim Hardaway, Rapid Man, Crazy Sidewinder, Spencer Jones, Julian, the best Jew since Jesus, Floater. Everybody has their role. And you got everything you need to dominate the NBA, to fucking dominate. And you can't stop making dumb mistakes. Whew, this is gonna tear me down. We need to go back to Nug life, back before when Jokic was around, where Denver was just used to getting bitch slapped every year. And it's not far off. I'm not going to lie. Jokic and Murray are on the downswing. Everyone assumed this was the year. AG's, he's hurt. But hopefully he's better now. Hardaway and AG, just huge tonight. Cam, huge tonight. You know one thing I'll blame on? I mean, obviously the blame goes to Murray. To some degree. Because he had the worst game of his life. He fouled out. And what are you going to do? I think he was obviously struggling. And hopefully we can see that in the post-game stuff. But Christian Brown, dude, you get $125 million and you think, oh, I'm just on vacation now. Bro hasn't even gotten started getting paid yet. He gets paid that next year. That $25 million a year for 5 years starts next year. Bruh, what are you doing? Hustle. They literally paid you $25 million a year to hustle. To be flies on shit, molestation, leg fucking defense. That's your job. And fast breaks. And a three-pointer every now and then. Give me 30%. That's what we're paying you, 25 big ones. And he got outworked by 42-year-old LeBron, not just once, but twice on loose balls. Frustrating. He got cooked by Shea. He keeps getting cooked, man. Like at some point you got to realize when you get cooked, you have to revert to violence. I think we've established that that is the answer. The answer is violence. And Christian Brown just doesn't want to choose violence because now he has $125 million. Well, here's to you choosing violence tomorrow. Keep your head on a swivel, people. Apparently there's a lot of terrorist attacks happening nonstop. So keep your head on a swivel and don't be shocked. Don't be surprised, motherfuckers, when shit hits the fan. But be safe. Be nice. Actually, why would I tell you to be nice? I really don't care. But make the world a better place for the Denver Nuggets. Otherwise, just go on about your business. I don't know what to say anymore. Oh, my God. These losses just, they hurt. They hurt. When your son beats you, when you're the daddy and your son beats you for that first time, and you kind of let him, you're like, hey, I'm going to let you win, go out to a little lead there, son. And then you come back and you're like, oh, yeah, cute. I'm not letting you win. And you're up 8 with 5 to play, 6 to play. And then you choke out at the end of the game when you had the fucking game in hand. You had the game in hand. You literally needed 1 rebound. The Aaron Gordon steal, too. Did that happen in overtime? Like, you can't get your fucking pocket picked at the middle of court and give up a wide open layup at the start of overtime. Huge mistakes. There was a bunch. You know what? Fuck LA. You got lucky. Congratulations. I hope we see you in the playoffs. Fuck you.